I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Now at 7, the stunning collapse of the relationship between President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk. It has turned into an epic war of words. It began with Musk harshly criticizing the president's signature domestic bill. Then came the personal attacks, insults, and threats by both sides.
The fight between two of the most powerful men of the world has left the political arena stunned. KTLA's Shelby Nelson takes a closer look at the feud.
That's right. That spat played out in dramatic fashion. And keep in mind, this is less than a week after the two appeared at the White House, Trump thanking Elon Musk for all the work he did with the Department of Government Efficiency. What once appeared to be an unbreakable relationship now fractured as President Trump and billionaire Elon Musk's very public feud unravels at the seams. And when asked Thursday morning by reporters what President Trump thought about Musk's repeated criticism of the president's big, beautiful bill,
all of a sudden he had a problem. And he only developed the problem when he found out that we're going to have to cut the EV mandate, because that's billions and billions of dollars.
Adding to the friction, a tale of two social media platforms, with each firing off at each other. On Truth Social at 11:37, Trump threatens to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts, saying, quote, "I was surprised that Biden didn't do it." About 30 minutes later, Musk turning to his social media platform X, saying, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public." One sharp verbal attack after another, the president saying, "I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago." Now, Musk replied to Trump's threat of terminating his government contracts, saying that SpaceX would decommission its Dragon spacecraft immediately. That expert I talked to says this puts into question our participation in the International Space Station. That's the very latest. I'm Shelby Nelson, sending it back to you.
Well, with more, News Nation anchor Chris Cuomo joins us live from New York. Chris, nice of you to be with us. You know, last week, President Trump and Elon Musk were singing each other's praises in the Oval Office. And, well, that was the farewell part. Now, the president gave Musk a golden key, as we know, to the White House. And then we got this today, the very heated, very fast talk of impeachment and Jeffrey Epstein. Are you surprised at all by this?
Yeah, I'm sure that key is not going to fit the lock anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Trump just changed the locks. Did people think there was going to be a fracture? Yes. Did anybody really believe it would be like this? No, they're lying if they say otherwise. No one could have seen this. It's interesting. I had somebody tonight who was like almost exclusively relying on an explanation that Elon Musk must be on drugs, that he must be unwell. And that's, like the Kanye defense. I don't know what it is, but this was a big, big mistake for Elon. He is not wrong about the spending on the budget side of this bill. He's right, and he should be frustrated. But to accuse a sitting president of being a pedophile, that was a big swing and a big miss.
You know, Chris, this week you talked in a monologue about Americans wanting better, results over pejoratives and insults. Now this.
Well, look, in a way, this is a good distraction for Trump, because I could have been talking all night tonight about what's happening to small businesses because of the tariffs. And that is a bad story for the president. The tariffs may work out, they may not, but right now they're bringing pain in a way that may bring a recession. We've never had a president do something unilaterally that caused a recession. He does not want that. He can't blame it on Biden. This is a better story for him. Frankly, I've never seen the president have high ground in a personal conflict before, like he does with Elon Musk right now. Where does it lead? Three places. One, Elon apologizes and it goes back to normal, which will only make sense as the new normal. But that could happen. Two, Trump could sue and Musk could have a problem. Three is that they keep bickering like this and it becomes like a thing for the next week.
Well, I mean, this really began as a fight over the big, beautiful bill, as we know. Why has this spending bill been so divisive? And do you actually think that it could continue to splinter the party, derailing the Trump agenda?
I don't know that it started with this bill. You got to look at the NASA guy getting out. You got to look at Musk getting pushed out of more and more inner circle things over time. I think that this has been building. And in terms of the bill, look, Real conservatives don't like this bill because the signature promise was to cut the debt and the deficit. And this is not going to do that. So they have a problem. And that's why you see Thune and Ron Johnson on the right in the Senate really against this. If anything, this may buy Trump a little time and space to make changes in the bill.
You know, with feuds like this, there's always more to it than what we see. According to CNN polling, Elon Musk has a net positive rating of 63% among Republicans. President Trump, 79%. I have a feeling I know who you think comes out on top here. The bigger question, maybe, what happens to the work Musk started at Doge?
Well, look, I think it's probably going to continue. I think that this has always been a little bit of a smokescreen. I'm really worried about them bringing in Thiel and Palantir and what they're doing with AI and what they're building and what kinds of databases and what we don't know. Did you notice that there was a provision in the bill that didn't allow states to regulate AI for the next 10 years? Now they just took it out because it was exposed. But it turns out that if the states decide not to regulate, they get money from the federal government. What's going on with that? To me, that's the real story of Doge, not the cuts. Anybody can find waste, fraud, and abuse. You and I have been covering it for what, the last 8 presidential cycles? It's not hard to find waste, fraud, and abuse. You didn't need Doge for that. What did you need Doge for? That's the question.
Well, here's another one. Do you think that the bill passes in its current form?
No. But I do think it's going to pass. Why? Too much pressure for the midterms for the Republicans to stay out. You're going to get a lot of nose pinching. Why? The saving grace will be the actual problem with the bill, which is unpaid for tax cuts. So they're going to say no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, Social Security, a change in how some of the taxation is structured on those payments. So I had to sign it, even though it's not paid for. So that's what they're going to wind up doing, is my guess.
All right, we're short on time. Before we go, a little business. Cuomo tonight at 8 on News Nation. What do you have coming up?
So, doing a 2-hour show tonight. And the whole second hour, I have the head of the Small Business Administration for the federal government, Secretary Loeffler, to talk about small businesses and the pain that these tariffs are already putting on them and what can be done about it. And of course, I'm taking this on. I got Geraldo Rivera and all these other people who know Musk and Trump about where this is going to lead. And then I have a whole panel of people coming on just to talk about what this means for our state of play.
Good stuff. All right. You can watch a special, as you mentioned, 2-hour Cuomo tonight at 8 p.m. on News Nation. To find your News Nation channel, go to newsnationnow.com. Chris Cuomo, thank you.
Thank you. I love KTLA.
Aw.
Good to see you, Chris. Thanks for being